Today we're going to be talking about some Funko Pops and even a few sodas that have been currently rising in value. Stay tuned to find out if you happen to own any of them in your collection. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel for another Pops and Sodas on the Rise video. Before we get deep into the numbers and go through all the Pops and Sodas that I have flagged for today's video, I just want to say thank you to all of the people out there who actually volunteer and input all of the prices into HobbyDB and Pop Price Guide. If you guys don't know, there's actually quite a few people who are volunteers. They do not get paid for their time. They simply go through all of the sold listings. They weed out a lot of fake pops and damage sales so that we as collectors can thoroughly enjoy HobbyDB and Pop Price Guide to get a pretty accurate reflection of what all of our collectibles are worth. So I just want to say thank you. Without further ado, let's jump into Pop number one. And we actually have two Pops that I want to talk about. They actually go together from the Disney universe, and they are from the beloved Cars franchise. The first one being Mater, none other than the limited to 1,500 piece New York Comic-Con Dynaco Mater, which is currently trending for $220. Not surprising, since it is a limited piece from 9 years ago. Very cool Mater variant, but there seems to be a resurgence in collectors, especially Disney collectors right now, going after the Cars Pops. And the other one that I want to talk about really quick here is Lightning McQueen. This is also the Dynaco version.
I think I'd look in Dynaco Blue. Dynaco Blue!
Although they did it a little bit differently with Lightning McQueen here compared to Mater. Mater was 1,500 pieces all on his own, and then Lightning McQueen, they actually did a 1,008 piece limited run. However, they did a con sticker and a shared sticker. The con sticker actually has the exact piece count reflected on the sticker, while the shared sticker doesn't, and I think that's why there is such a harsh difference between the con sticker value and the shared sticker value, which is $260 right now for the con and only $50 for the shared. Nonetheless, two beautiful Disney grails that I know a lot of people are hunting down at the moment, so pretty cool to see that these are going up. Next up, we have one from the Office TV series. Yeah, who would have thought that we would ever have an Office Pop here on a Pops on the Rise video, considering the fact that Funko has made quite a few Office Pops and sodas. I'm a diehard Office fan, but let's get into this Pop here as we have the original Pam Beasley.
This is our receptionist, Pam. Pam!
That's right, she is currently trending for $27 at the moment, which I think is very good considering this is just a common Pop that released back in 2019. And I think the reason that this Pop is actually going up because Jenna Fischer is still very lively, you know, in what she does for The Office. She actually has a podcast, and it's a very good podcast, by the way, and she does actually sign quite a few Pops. So if I had to guess, people are going out and trying to get the original version of Pam here so that they can send it in to possibly get her autograph. I haven't heard of her going around to a lot of cons or events or anything, but if I had to guess, if you want to get Pam for your collection, even though they made a few other Pams, the classic Pam is what I imagine a lot of Office fans are going after. Next up, we actually have another Pop that I did not expect to be discussing here on a Pops on the Rise video. He's from the Rocks line, and we're talking about Ed Sheeran. Now, Ed Sheeran actually only has two Funko Pops so far, and we're going to be talking about his original version here, where he actually has his guitar slung over his shoulder. Now, this Pop is interesting because it was only going for like $10 up until the middle of 2022, and then all of a sudden it exploded in value, and it's currently trending for $55. If we had to guess and pinpoint a reason as to why this Pop has exploded in value and become, you know, a little bit harder to get than your average common Pop these days, it's because unfortunately Ed Sheeran has been in the news a little bit with some people unfortunately accusing him of stealing some melodies and using some rhythms that have previously been used in other songs. Really tragic because I don't know that much about Ed Sheeran, but from the few songs that I have heard, he is pretty good in my opinion. I think he has a great voice, definitely some catchy songs, but more importantly, he actually worked at the Lego store for a day, which was awesome to see. And with that, he definitely has my vote, whether he's correct or incorrect in whatever legal battle he's currently in. But I hope nothing bad happens to him. And if you want his pop, you are going to have to shell out a little bit of cash. Now we're going to go from talking about a pop who had orange hair to a pop that has an orange box. That's the best bridge I could find here to go from Ed Sheeran to Beerus from Dragon Ball Z. That's right, the flocked Beerus, which was a Funimation exclusive from 2018, is actually going up in value, and it's currently sitting at $75. If you don't actually want to pay $75 for this pop, you could take a crack at this weekend's Slapshotpops Volume 3 Mystery Box, as this pop is actually one of the hits in the run, and thankfully to our mystery box business here that we've just really ramped up and everything, we are checking the values of quite a few pops every single week, which is definitely going to give me more insight to doing more of these videos. So if you guys are enjoying this video and some other Pops on the Rise or Pops on the Fall videos that we've done in the past, make sure to smash the like button. And if you're new to the channel, we'd love to have you join our family here, and you can do that for free by smashing the subscribe button. So Beerus here, going up in value. It's actually sold upwards in the neighborhood of $100 within the last year, so pretty cool to see. I don't know that much about Dragon Ball Z, but anytime a pop is flocked, that's definitely something that we like to see. Now let's move on to a universe that I do actually know a thing or two about, and that of course is Marvel. And we actually have a few Marvel pops to talk about, as I feel like for the first time in a long time, there's actually a little bit of Marvel hype thanks to Deadpool and Wolverine. We will get to those two characters in just a moment. The first pop that I want to talk about is none other than Peter Parker, and not Spider-Man, specifically Peter Parker. The one that I want to mention here is from the Homecoming line back in 2017, and this version of Peter Parker doesn't feature him in a Spider-Man costume or holding his mask or nothing of that sort. He is just simply Peter Parker with his backpack slung over his shoulder, and Joanna actually loves this one in our collection, and I was pretty shocked to see at what is trending in value, because it's currently going for $39, which may not sound like a lot, but for a common pop these days, I'd actually say that's pretty good. And I think as we continue to go forward with Tom Holland in the MCU, I've heard rumors that they're going to start filming Spider-Man 4 at some point in the upcoming months. I have a feeling that a lot of people are going to be watching the new movies and then starting to go back and getting the Homecoming pops, maybe a few of the Far From Home pops. There's a ton of No Way Home pops, so you got to be selective there. But pretty interesting to see this one where it actually says Peter Parker on the box. Not many pops have done that when it comes to Spider-Man. It'll be interesting to see where this one goes in the upcoming years. Now let's talk about Deadpool and Wolverine. Deadpool and Wolverine trailer debuted over Super Bowl weekend, and it's had a crazy amount of views. Apparently the most amount of views on a Marvel trailer ever in the first 24 hours on YouTube, which is pretty legendary. And I have a couple Wolverine pops that I want to talk about really quick. Some of them were already a little bit more expensive, and now they are definitely more expensive. So the first one I want to talk about here is the black and white Fugitive Toys exclusive Wolverine that came out way back in 2011. I always thought for the longest time that this one was super undervalued, but now it's starting to get the love that I think it deserves, and I think we are just at the beginning of the Wolverine storm that we're about to go through. This one is currently trending for $290. However, it's selling for well over $300 right now, so I expect to see the price of this one just continue to shoot up. Another one that I'm so excited to see go up, because I had a hunch that this one was going to go up in value. I secured it for the collection thanks to Steve's Comics, and now I am being rewarded with actual data to back up my hunch, and this one is Logan. And both the bobblehead version and non-bobblehead error version of this pop are currently trending for $250. They were both going for about $200, like $190-ish for a while, and the, which one is this? The bobblehead version is actually selling for, once again, over $300. This is an older pop, came out in 2013, not as old as the black and white one, but still a very unique one because it actually says Logan on the box instead of Wolverine. Now let's talk about Deadpool. There's one Deadpool pop that I want to highlight, and I want to highlight it because it's a very unique pop, and it was actually on clearance on Amazon for quite a few months. I remember we stocked up on those extra Marvel Collector Core boxes, and it paid off handsomely for us, which was really nice. The pop that I'm talking about here is none other than the super, super cool Deadpool on Unicorn ride. There is not many Marvel rides in general that will make your head turn like this one. There's a lot of Deadpool pops, but I absolutely love this. I have this on display out of box on my Marvel shelves and everything. Currently trending for $45, which may not seem like a lot for a pop ride considering they usually retail around $29.99, but the fact that you could get this box on Amazon for clearance, I think at the time for like $16, and it came with a little taco truck and a t-shirt and stickers and everything, absolute steal of a deal. So pretty cool to see this one going up in value all of these years later, thanks to all of the Deadpool hype. And the last pop that we're going to be talking about is once again one that I talked about in a earlier video this year, where I actually recommended to you guys to go out and start getting these pops. There's still time before the movie releases this summer, but we do have evidence that these pops are going up in value. People are going after them, and I think they're just going to continue to get harder to get, especially if this sequel movie is as big of a hit as a lot of people are saying. This one, of course, is Sadness from Inside Out. And for the Inside Out pops, they actually had a couple con exclusives, and Sadness was given the con treatment as she was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive from 2015. The difference between the common version and this con version is that she actually has glitter hair. And once again, with con pops, Sadness has a con sticker and a shared sticker. Con sticker is currently trending for $65, although it's selling upwards of $80 to $85 right now. So that one's probably going to get moved up in price very soon. And then the shared sticker, of course, is going for $46. So still pretty affordable, but as we see the con stickers start to rise even more, you'll typically see the shared sticker start to follow. Before we get into the few sodas that I have, guys, drop it down in the comment section below. Let me know if there's any other pops that you've noticed trending upward in value. Now let's talk about sodas. I have two quick sodas that I actually want to mention for today's video, and believe it or not, they're not chases. They're both commons. And this is something that I wanted to highlight because you got to pay attention to popularity and piece count when it comes to sodas. And sometimes, you know, you throw in a little con exclusive. I haven't seen sodas specifically be sought after because they're con exclusives like pops, but nonetheless, you know, you throw a con sticker on there, or if you have a soda that's exclusive to a con, it really can't hurt. And the first common soda that we're talking about here is none other than the Emerald City Comic-Con Green Batman from 2020. Now, this was one of the first sodas that they did release. The Chase is the pink version, limited to only 850 pieces. I believe it goes for in the neighborhood of $250 to $300. Very expensive, but get this, the Green Common is now trending for $50. So this is now becoming a, I'd say, pretty hard to get common soda, and one that you probably wouldn't expect to shell out $50 for. And then the last common soda that I want to talk about, it actually happens to tie in perfectly with everything that's going on right now over in California with the Project Fred and the Big Boy Restaurants party and everything. We have the original Big Boy Common Soda currently trending upward in value as he's going for $26, and he's actually been selling for in the $30 to $35 range pretty consistently. This one was a 7,500 piece, no con exclusive or anything, just a regular soda release that they released back in 2020. Had a blue Big Boy Chase. That one goes for around $100 to $125 respectively, and now the common going for $26. So pretty interesting to see these original 2020 commons starting to go up in value, and I'll be paying very close attention to the soda market of course, this year, and we'll see what other commons and, of course, chases continue to go upward in value. So guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern over on the Pop and Duos channel, we'll be live for Pop Force 1, our weekly Funko News live stream between myself, Vince from Pop and Duo, and then Josh from Professor Josh. So if you guys aren't doing anything, come on over, hang out with us for a little while starting at 9 p.m. Eastern. We got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight, and I'm definitely very curious to hear everyone's thoughts on the Project Fred figure and everything else that happened in the news this week. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't stop shooting until you score, and we'll hopefully see you guys tonight.